Hi everyone, Clarissa Mosley, psychologist, psychotherapist, spirit, and I want to talk today about fear. Fear is all around us. There is a pandemic, there are people dying, and there are governments taking very strong measures to try and stop the spread of the disease. It's hard to avoid the fact that this is happening, and whether or not you are, isolating in fear or isolating just because you have to and you don't really believe that this is a serious thing, you can't really escape the atmosphere of fear or running into people that are seriously anxious. The shifts are happening so quickly and so profoundly that I would be surprised to meet anyone who is going really well during this. Now, on one level, that is comforting that as a globe, as a planet, we are all having a very similar shared experience in terms of the whole world is experiencing the pandemic. But on another level, individually, we still have to keep up with the changes. We still have to keep up with the fact that people are getting sick. We might be quite happy to be compliant for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, but when we're told this might be our reality for 3 months, for 6 months, it's really rather daunting. And so our whole system has to adjust to this. And what some of us tend to do is we go into fear and anxiety very easily. Other people go into avoidance and denial. Some people aren't really touched and some people are profoundly affected, and we can flip in and out of these states. Anxiety is usually centered around something that is not really present. Fear is of something that actually exists. It's of a reality. I am afraid of snakes. I'm not, but it's a very common fear. There is something real and present that we have to be afraid of. There is an intruder. There is a threat. And anxiety is something that we imagine might happen. It's not actually present in the moment, but it could possibly happen in the future, or it could possibly have happened in the past. So while there is a lot of anxiety around what may happen with our economy, what may happen with our healthcare, what may happen to people that we know, we can have an anxiety around that. We actually have something to be afraid of. There is an actual virus. There is an actual decline, a massive decline in the economy. So we actually have both of these things coming at us. We actually have something to be afraid of. So that isn't something that we can deny. That is not something that we can, breathe our way out of. It's happening. It's going to continue to happen. So what do we do? Well, one thing we need to do is breathe and be present. So right now, right here, I want you to drop into this moment of presence. How we learn to be calm, how we learn to calm ourselves down is usually from our parents or caregivers. They soothe the baby, and the baby internalizes, means gets inside that image of the parent that is calming them, and then we learn how to do it ourselves as we get older. It's kind of like having an internal mum going, there, that's okay, it's all right. And after many times as little babies or children that we get calmed down like this, we learn how to calm ourselves down. If you were one of the many, many people that didn't have that, this time in the world right now is going to be particularly challenging for you. Because if you are focusing outward on the media, on other people that are afraid, on the changes in the world, it can be quite destabilizing and your anxiety can run high. So this is why I'm making these videos for you. Because I want to provide a point of reference for you to feel calmed and soothed by. If you don't have it within yourselves or within your family system or from your parents that there was a good, calming parent who could soothe you and calm you down, then use this time with me. Use another person that you know who is calm and stable. Find those people and talk to those people. It's really easy to get carried away on the COVID conversation, and it's fine. I mean, it's very real and present, and we kind of need to get things out of our system. But it's also just as important to find yourself in a space of calm, to allow yourself to go into the bath, into a meditative state, into the present moment, into this place that is right here and right now. Eckhart Tolle talks about the power of now, about being in the present moment, because the present moment is actually all there is. So we can deal with this crisis by being in this present moment, by allowing ourselves time to be, time to breathe, time to just settle in, to let go of the news articles, the television articles, the other people who are panicking or afraid. Not to ignore them, not to say that they're not relevant, but just to step back every now and then. Step back and tune in to find your own center of gravity. Find a space, find someone that you find calming, find something that you find calming to listen to. It doesn't mean that you don't care. It doesn't mean that you don't take this seriously. It just means that you are taking space and time for yourself. And this is particularly important if you are caring for other people, or if you're in an environment with other people, to take some time out and just spend it in your moment. Just being present, just letting go of any chaos, fear, anxiety. And know that we are all going through this together. And know that everybody is actually doing the very best that they can. There is a real collective movement towards conquering this, towards overcoming this, towards getting back to some semblance of our lives before. We all want that. What is happening here and now is happening here and now. We cannot change it. We can accept it. We can do what we can to comply, to allow the measures that need to be taken. And we can do what we can to sit within ourselves and take a deep breath and allow ourselves to simply be within each moment, and then the next one, and then the next one. And as we do this, we will get through this one step at a time, one breath at a time, one moment at a time. Namaste.